Good morning, folks. Long time no see. It's been a little over a year since I've done a video. I've been busy with work. I fished the Crappie Masters Trail last year. Was just really busy. Hadn't had a chance to come down here to Lake of the Ozarks, but that's where I am today. It's March the 2nd, and it's cold. It's the air temperature is about 30 degrees this morning. Fortunately, the wind is not very bad, at least right here where I'm sitting. The water temperature is 38 degrees. It's winter time. It's supposed to get down to like 9 degrees tonight, 3 or 4 more inches of snow. So I wanted to get out. I wanted to show you something I've just purchased, this Garmin Live Scope. I've only had it out a couple of times. This is my 3rd time out with it. I just can't tell you enough about this thing. It's going to be a game changer. I mean, it is incredible. I'm not sponsored by Garmin. I'm not paid to say this. I'm just telling you, it's something else. I've never seen anything like it. I don't know if you know anything about it, but it has a transducer that's fixed on the trolling motor shaft. So when you turn the trolling motor, you turn the view on the transducer. It looks forward, or you can turn it and look down. I'm going to have it looking forward because I'm going to do a little spider rigging. You can actually see the baits on my rods out in front. If I turn it to one rod, you'll see the baits. Turn it to the other, you see the baits. More importantly, you actually see fish swimming. It's just incredible. I'm going to try to shoot some video of the Garmin and run them side by side. You can actually see fish come up to your bait and they'll look at it sometimes and then swim away, or they'll hit it. You can see them, catch them. It's like playing a video game. I understand how these kids get hooked on video games. I've never been a video game player, but man, this is my new game. I can't wait to get out on the water and use this thing time after time. It's great. And like I said, I'm not sponsored. I don't have to tell you that. Probably shouldn't tell you that because everybody's going to run get one. They're relatively inexpensive. Now the transducer itself is $1,500. It's pretty pricey, but it's worth every penny. I've got just a little 9-inch Garmin locator. I got it on sale at Bass Pro Shop for just under $600. I think now when they're not on sale and with a little more mapping, they're around $1,000, but they're great. So I'm going to be just spider rigging 4 rods today. You know, but we usually fish 8 in a tournament, but there's 2 of us. If we get into the fish and they start biting, 4 rods is plenty. I'm going to run 2 with just a double hook rig. 2, I'm going to have a hook and a jig on the bottom, just a small 1/32 ounce jig with a Bobby Garland bait, small bait. I've got small minnows. These fish are kind of finicky this time of the year at times, and then some of them will just crush it. I came back in the cove and I motored around with my side imaging. I found some fish over here on a secondary point. They look like crappie, a lot of shad. I'm going to go over and we're going to go through them. I'm going to see if I can get them on the Garmin Live Scope and show that to you. Hopefully we'll catch a few fish. If not, we'll pick up, go somewhere else, start scanning again. I'm using 16-foot Ozark Tony Edgar trolling rods. These are great rods. I'm running a rig where I'm running a 1.25 ounce weight on the bottom and the 2 baits up above it. And the reason I'm running this rig is I'm going to move pretty quick, trying to chase down these balls of shad. And the heavier the weight, the faster you control. And so I'm gonna use that rig today. These little 1 1/4 pencil weights I pour myself with Do It molds. They're great for this kind of rigging. Get you some molds, pour you some of these. These, like I said, these rods are 16 feet long. You'll see out on the Live Scope, actually the baits are out about 12 feet out of the front of the boat, of course, because they rod holders sit back in. I've got my Parati single rod holders. They're great because they're very sturdy and they'll handle a long rod with a heavy weight on it. I really recommend those. But at any rate, that's about it. We'll talk more as we get going. I'm going to turn around and try to get set up. So let's go fishing. One other thing I want to say to you this morning, then we'll get fishing. As you can see, I've got a heavy coat on. This actually has built-in flotation. It's a Mustang Integrity Survival Jacket. Like I said, it's got flotation in the chest and in the back. It serves as a life jacket. If you fall out in this water, this cold, 38 degrees, and I'm by myself today, with all the clothes I have on, it'd be a struggle to get back in this boat. So if you're out here in this water, especially if you're by yourself, wear your life jacket or suspenders, flotation, something, because you never know. I've been in this water and I can tell you it sucks the life out of you in a heartbeat. I mean, it just takes your breath away. So you think, oh well, the boat's right here, I can get back in. This water's dangerous when it's this cold. So I'm going to keep my jacket on, and I hope you'll wear your life jacket. Okay folks, you see this line right here? Those are my baits on this inside rod. Picking it up and down. That's it. I've got my transducer pointed at that. If I go over this way, you can see the one over here picking it up and down. I've got 4 of these. This right up here is where the boat's sitting, and this is looking forward, of course. I've got my range set out at 40 feet. So my baits are at about this 12-foot mark right in here. I saw some fish up here on this point we're headed to. So hopefully we'll get up here and get in these fish and pick them up on the Live Scope. All right, there's some fish right there. They're out. My trolling motor's pointed out to the left. So I'm going to get out there. These rods, I blew in here a little tight. Look at all those fish out there. All right, see these fish? And now remember, my baits are right in here. We ought to be getting bit. Come on, fishies. If those are crappie. Oh, there he is, right there. See him on the scope? Catch him. Look at that. Nice little black crappie. Good eater. It was just on a straight minnow. That rod's down about, that bait's down about 8 feet deep. I've got staggered them. I've got double minnows, jigging a minnow, and so on. And I've staggered the depth until I find out where they are. This is deeper, this one's shallower. Nice little crappie. I'm gonna keep a few. I like to keep my hand on my rod holders. These rods are sensitive enough that if a fish hits that bait, it vibrates up through that line, and you can feel it on this rod holder even before a lot of times you see any action out of the rod tip. However, it's so cold today, I can't hardly keep my hands on them. Look at those fish down there on the bottom. These are fish. Coming up on them. Now, consider my baits are right in here. Coming right up on them. There he is. Oh, that's a nice black crappie. I can get a hold of him. They're right there on the live scope. Came up. Nice chunky black crappie. Be a good eater. I'm supposed to be on a diet, but my wife's out of town, so I'm down here fishing. And before she gets back tomorrow, I'm gonna fry a few. Don't tell her. As on one of the deeper baits, those fish are kind of hugging the bottom down there. Not far off the bottom. As on straight minnow. They seem to be wanting that minnow better than the jigging minnow. Here's another little trick I do. These Ozark rods, they have yellow lines every 2 feet from the tip, but I always paint, I go to 10 feet and I paint a big heavy white line just as a reference. So if I want to fish 8 feet deep, I put my bait right there, or 10 feet, then of course I know I got to have my bait down below. But it's just a general reference I like. Man, there's fish all over this graph. There's another one. I like sitting here, no wind. That's on a straight minnow above the jig. I'll be taking the jigs off. They don't start eating them. Man, look at all those fish down there. There he is. There he is. I knew we had to catch one. There's just too many fish down there. How can they resist a minnow? Nice little fish. Not very big, but it'll keep. Where are they? They're right there. All right, let's go this way. There he is. Boy, you find him. That live scope does not lie. What do you know? We caught one on a jig. That's a little Bobby Garland baby shad in a blue, or I'm sorry, a pink and black. That's been a great bait on this lake. Shouldn't be giving that secret out. It is. All little blacks. Some fish on the bottom right there, right in front of us. Look at all those. Anywhere from like 7 feet down to the bottom, 10 feet. We got that range covered. If we can get them to bite. Wow. A lot of fish. There it is. Oh man. These little rascals. Good fighters. You see them on the scope? And they bite. It's like playing a video game. There's another one. Oh, it's pretty decent. Man, these are good eaters. Just like playing a video game. I'll put you in the box too. Woo! My hands are cold. Look at all those fish out front. Let's go on up here a little ways. There he is. Man. Come here. You know, it's really not even fair. Almost feels like cheating. See them like that, and then just go to them. They're all over those baits. Look at them, they're swimming around. Going up and looking at them. Come on, take it. You know you want it. There he is. Felt him. Nice nice crappie. On the jig. That's a good fish there. Nice crappie. Okay, I'm going to turn and go back into the wind, get back on those fish. I'll pull the power poles up. Poles up. Well, there's some fish right out in front of us. Maybe we'll just go on a little ways. Maybe I shouldn't have put them up. I'll take them back down. Those look like good fish right there. We'll just ease right on up to them. Oh, look at there. See my bait going up and down right there? Now watch, these fish are coming right at it. Ought to be hitting it. They're all over that bait. Come on. You know you want it. I felt one there. They're all over it. There he is. I told you. Oh man. That's a crappie. It's a good one. It is a crappie. It's not that big. Boy, he's tough. Just like playing a video game. Still some down there. Nice eaters. Go find some active ones. Like these coming right here. We're going to get in them here. These are going to be in the right depth of water. Here they come. All right, come on. Come on. Right there he is. I knew they were going to bite. Those deeper fish just don't seem to be feeding. It's these fish that have moved up on this ledge are the feeding fish. Nice fish. I'm cold. I'm going to try to catch one more, and I'm going to go to the house. There he is. There he is. Too little. Well, I said I was going to leave, but I just can't do it. Oh, there he is. I knew he was down there. All right, folks, I'll tell you what. That wind's blowing. It's cold. I'm shivering. Hope I got enough footage to edit this and you get a good look at what's on that live scope and when I'm catching these fish. It's been a good day, but I'm cold. I'm going home. If you enjoyed this video, I sure hope you'll subscribe, hit the like button at the bottom. Hope to be doing some more videos, not wait another year before I do another one. I plan to do some more crankbait videos when the weather warms up and the water temperature comes up, but we'll be doing more. Thanks for watching.